What if the wounds you carry for doing good are not signs of failure but marks of divine progress? What if the pain you endured while trying to live rightly is itself part of the path that leads you to Christ? There is a deep spiritual truth in this teaching. Yogananda reminds us that the sincere seeker should not be surprised by scars. Not all scars come from wrongdoing. Some scars come from loving when it is hard. Some come from serving when you are misunderstood. Some come from staying calm when others are unfair. Some come from choosing God over ego. A worldly mind says, if I am doing good, why am I being hurt? But the spiritual heart begins to understand. Sometimes the highest lessons are written in endurance. To live for truth is not always comfortable. To live with kindness, humility, forgiveness, and self control is not easy in this world. If you speak gently, some may call you weak. If you remain honest, some may resist you. If you forgive, some may not value your goodness. If you serve others, some may misunderstand your motives. And yet, these are the very tests that strengthen the soul. These are the moments where character is forged. These are the hidden battles in which the heart learns to choose God again and again. Yogananda's spirit in these words is so powerful. He is saying, in essence, yes, I have scars. Yes, the path of serving and doing good has cost me something, but those scars are worth it because they helped my spiritual growth. What a transforming way to look at suffering. Not every pain is meaningless. Not every wound is wasted. If born in the right spirit, even pain can become purification. There is a temptation when life becomes unfair to withdraw from the world completely, to say, I am done. Let me go away from people. Let me escape to some quiet place where no one can hurt me. And yes, solitude has its sacred place. Silence has its value. Retreat has its purpose. But real spiritual victory is not only found in escaping life's difficulties. Often it is found in remaining inwardly united with God while facing them. Anyone can feel peaceful when nothing is being tested. But can we remain peaceful when insulted? Can we stay humble when we are ignored? Can we hold on to love when treated unfairly? Can we refuse anger when wounded? That is where spiritual life becomes real. That is where devotion is no longer just beautiful words. That is where Christ consciousness begins to dawn in the heart. The teaching becomes even deeper when we hear that only those who live the life of Christ and pass through his tests will find him. This means Christ is not found by outer talk alone, not by mere religious identity, not by appearance, not by spiritual pride. Christ is found in inner transformation, in patience, in forgiveness, in sacrifice, in purity of motive, in surrender to God. To live the life of Christ is to love when it hurts, to bless when the ego wants to retaliate, to remain truthful when falsehood seems easier, to be humble when pride arises, to be calm when anger knocks at the door of the heart. And this is the test for all of us. Every day, life asks us silently, will you choose pride or humility? Will you choose anger or compassion? Will you choose self will or God's will? So often we think the great spiritual tests are dramatic and extraordinary, but many times they are hidden in daily life. In the conversation where someone speaks unfairly, in the moment when your work is not appreciated, in the disappointment you did not deserve, in the injury to your feelings that no one else even notices. That is where the soul makes its choice. That is where we either harden ourselves or become more like Christ. Yogananda's message is also a warning. If pride takes over, Christ does not come into the heart. If anger rules, divine presence is veiled. If bitterness is cherished, inner communion is disturbed. Not because God has stopped loving us, but because our own restlessness blocks the light. Think of a lake reflecting the moon. When the water is calm, the reflection is clear. But when the surface is disturbed, the image is broken. So too, Christ is always present, but pride, resentment, and anger disturb the lake of consciousness. This is why the saints place such importance on humility. Humility is not weakness, it is strength under God's control. It is the refusal to let ego rule the soul. And freedom from anger does not mean passivity. It means you do not let darkness decide your inner state. You remain anchored in a higher presence. So, if you are carrying scars today, do not despair. If you have been misunderstood while trying to do right, do not lose heart. If loving others has cost you tears, do not think your effort was wasted. Offer those scars to God. Let them make you gentler, not harder. Let them make you deeper, not colder. Let them make you humble, not more wounded in ego. Tell the Lord in your heart, Father, let every pain purify me. Let every test draw me nearer to Thee. Do not let pride enter me. Do not let anger rule me. Teach me to live in such a way that Christ may truly come into my heart. Because in the end, the goal is not to emerge from life without scars. The goal is to emerge with a soul made radiant by love, patience, surrender, and God remembrance. The scars that come from ego destroy peace, but the scars born in love, faith, and endurance can become sacred marks of spiritual victory. So, the next time life wounds you while you are trying to do good, ask yourself, will this pain make me bitter or will it make me more Christ like? For the scars surrendered to God may become the very doors through which divine grace enters the soul. Hope this narration helped you to understand Christ's consciousness and to follow the spiritual path with more deep longing. Jai Guru.